Yo, what's the deal, YouTube fam? It's your boy Monte, and I'm back again. Hey, I want to shout y'all out, man. Y'all been showing a lot of love. I've been getting a lot of people coming in the comments and telling their stories. And this is what we do this for, man. You know, we give you the game raw. That's what we here for. So today, dispatchers, come on in, pull you up a seat. All right. Today, we're going to be talking about dispatching. Now, a lot of you may think that based on the title, I'm coming to bash dispatchers. That is absolutely not the case. All right, so look, logistics is a very important part of trucking. All right, you got guys that know the truck like the back of their hand, can drive like nobody's business. But if you're going to be an owner op, you have to be just as dedicated to the logistics side as well as the overall operation of the truck. All right, it's a partnership. Trucking is teamwork, man. So look, it's a lot of good logistics professionals, you know, whether they be dispatchers, brokers, you know, whatever the case may be. There are good people on that side of the fence. All right, let's not get it misconstrued. We got to keep it real. All right, but today we're going to be talking about why the aspiring logistics people have a hard time. You know what I'm saying? And dispatcher has the lowest barrier to entry. That's why so many folks start there. And I personally do agree that you need to learn dispatching before you even try to venture off into anything. All right. So it's a lot of people out here in that field making big money. Don't get it twisted. You know, who know trucking well and they really dedicated to their craft. All right. So this ain't for them. This is for these ones who go out and you take you a course or watch you a couple YouTube videos and you got your flyer up on your Facebook page and you mad because you ain't got no carriers. This is what we talking about today. All right. So the biggest reason why I see a lot of dispatchers not succeed is you ain't take the time to properly learn the craft, man. You know what I'm saying? You trying to cheat the game. That ain't going to get you nowhere in trucking because these owner ops going to see straight through that. All right. You don't know the difference between the dry van and the step deck. Who gonna take you serious and put their trucking company in your hands and you ain't even take the time to learn the basics? I mean, you know, that should be common sense. You're not about to trick these guys with your no experience. Now, you may be able to get a couple of hot shot of box truck guys who will try you out because they desperate, but you'll soon find out that that ain't no walk in the park and you gonna quit because you realize how hard it is right out the gate. So that's the number one thing I see is not taking the time to learn what dispatching truly is. All right, you're not going to be able to convince these owner ops to give you a try if you haven't even learned the basics. And as much information that there is about trucking that's free out there, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to have your bases covered before you even start approaching carriers. All right, so that's the number one thing is not taking the time to learn the craft properly. All right, so then you got the ones who you took the time, all right? You got some good education, you ready to roll. The problem is you didn't realize that this is still a sales business, all right? So maybe you did take the time to learn trucking, or maybe you're an ex-driver, but you don't know how to market yourself and get in front of the people who will actually give you a shot. You see what I'm saying? So what I see is people go get some marketing material and they put it on their personal page. And then when their friends and family don't react the way they thought they should, they take it personal. Well, look, that ain't your target audience. All right? You ain't, unless you already in this world and you got a page full of trucking people, what benefit is it gonna have you if you promoting your stuff to hairstylists and doctors and nurses? They don't know nothing about what you talking about. You see what I'm saying? So you have to get into the trucking community. All right, you gotta really dig deep and see what's going on because trucking is a small community. All right. And once you get in and start dealing with other people in the game, then you'll start building some relationships and you'll be able to find people who will take your services. But once again, if you don't properly know the game, as soon as they get that one phone call and they realize that you're a rookie, it's a done deal. All right. So keep that in mind. All right. So then you got the ones who are doing something else and they want to get into trucking, but they want to basically do it as a side hustle. All right. Now, I'm not telling you that it's not possible, but you have to be an overly dedicated person to do this on the side because it's not, you don't know when things are going to happen or when you're going to be needed. You could have already booked the load for your carrier, but then the shipper canceled last minute and now you at your job and you ain't picking up the phone. All right. that owner op, they need that load to pay their bills. You know, you already paying your bills. So if you ain't got that same level of hunger as your owner op, they gonna move on to somebody else. All right, you know, that's just free game. All right, so you gotta. I'm not saying it can't be done as a side hustle, but you know, especially when you're talking about multiple trucks. One truck, you know, you can manage that. All right, you can manage that. When I first got into the game, got my authority, I was still working a job and I was dispatching my truck. So I know that it is possible. But like you said, I was overly dedicated. All right, I was working while I was at work, and when I got off, I was still working. All right, so you got to know that in your mind. If you really, you know, want to do this, it ain't just gonna be convenient, because the problems that happen in trucking, man, you can never guess some of the things that have happened during the course of a load. All right, so look, this is a funny one, because I see a lot of people do this, man. You got to stop this, because the carriers look at you like a joke the minute they see you do this. All right, so everybody who's a carrier, you already know, once you hauled a couple loads for a broker, they're going to start sending you stuff to your email. You know what I mean? They're going to send you stuff to the email. So then new dispatchers in the game, they want to go build a relationship with brokers, as they should, right? But what the problem is, they take those loads, copy and paste the details, and go post them on social media as if that's their direct relationship freight. The carriers already see through that, y'all. All right, please stop doing that. That ain't gonna help you out at all. And if you really do have direct freight, you ain't gotta advertise it like that, because that means you should already have carriers that you're working with. And if you want to control that direct freight, you might as well go ahead and become a broker. All right, or a broker agent. You ain't gotta own the brokerage. That's a more free game. All right, so don't lie about your loads. That go for the bait loads too. Okay, yeah, it will get your phone ringing, but the problem is, if you don't really have them loads, you already built the relationship off mistrust. So they just baiting them in. Everybody ain't gonna take kindly to that. So yes, it'll get your phone ringing, but there is a downside to it as well. All right. So lastly, all right, this can kind of be molded, but you need a certain makeup for this to be true. So your personality. All right. Trucking is not like corporate America. If you're used to that nice professional background and you don't really have any edge to you, because let me tell you something, trucking is full of sharks. All right. So if you're a person who doesn't adapt well in this type of environment, trucking may not be for you. All right. So you may have all the right mentality and the right education, but personality wise, it just don't match up with you, because the way people gonna talk to you and the way stuff is gonna happen, it ain't nothing like working an office job. All right. So believe it or not, trucking is not for everybody. It takes a certain makeup in a person to really withstand the stuff that goes on in this game. All right. Now, you know, like I always tell y'all, it's very important for the viewers who are watching, who already experienced these things, let these folks know in the comments what's really going on in this game. All right. Dispatching is important. Owner ops, whether you train somebody and you have them do it in-house, you do it yourself while you have other guys drive, or you third party it out to an independent dispatcher. No matter what, if you're going to run at a high level, you need to have some type of a logistics team within your company. So I'm for the dispatchers, but I'm for the good ones who really are building a brand with their company and are trying to help build up every carrier that they work with, not just book you a load and so they ain't got to deal with you for a couple of days just to get their percentage. You know what I'm saying? If you're that type of dispatcher, just do us all a favor and get out the game. But for the ones who really love doing this, no matter what they telling y'all, I salute y'all, keep going. But when you see somebody slacking and giving y'all a bad name, you know, pull them to the side and let them know, hey, look, we can't rock like that out here. All right. So, hey, look, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You know, I welcome all conversation in the comments as long as you're talking about some real education. All right. Y'all been doing a great job. I really appreciate that. So, hey, look, it's your boy Monte. I'm out. And that's peace from Raw Trucking.